About to take a shower. Probably should sip a little bit of apple cider vinegar water or vinegar water. Had 2 cookies, some fried pork skins, some milk, that beef patty with gravy and rice. But yeah, like it wasn't until I ate those 2 cookies with milk. I swear those cookies got too much sugar in it. Um, so I finally got around to baling hay on this map. Like I don't even know how many worlds I've been on through Farming Simulator, but probably about like 20 or 30. And it's like each time, because I lose my old worlds, uh, I don't know if I saved some of my worlds on older farming simulators, but I think I did a few of them from probably Farming Simulator 17. I don't think I saved my last big one that I spent a lot of time on, probably about 100 hours on Farming Simulator 22. This one's Farming Simulator 22. Don't think I've gotten around to like stacking a bunch of hay bales, like seeing how many it would hold. Like the hay baler that I bought was like the biggest one that would make round hay bales. There's others that'll do square hay bales, and it has an automatic bale wrapper on the back of it, and like it lets you choose 4 different foil colors. So I guess it wraps it in some type of foil, like, because if you wrap a hay bale that's like uh like airtight, it creates foliage. No foliage. It's fermented hay, fermented grass, and that's like power food for the horses and cows when you mix that with dry hay and regular grass. So it's like there's another thing that'll mix it all together and kind of spit it out for you. And then like the old school way is getting a silo, like 2 concrete barriers like this, and just dropping all the hay off in the middle and then covering it. And you cover it for about 2 weeks, then it ferments, like it starts turning brown. Because grass is green. But it's like more like because it's fermented. Like I don't know, like how they don't get all moldy and stuff. Like I really don't know. Like I guess it just kind of overtakes itself, the bacteria or something. I don't know. Like if it just has to be cool air or what. But so yeah, like part of me kind of wanted to just do a regular hay bale that's grass green, but I think if you do let the grass dry out, because you have to use a tedder for it to dry out, because I'm just using a windrower, so it's just green. Because they teach you how to do it on Farming Simulator. The way that they teach you how to do it is you cut the hay, then you use a tedder, and it kind of flips the hay, like it flips the grass over. Okay, you cut the grass, and then you use a tedder, and it flips the grass over. Then you're supposed to use another one called a windrower, and it puts it all in one big pile, like one big row. And I got tired of doing that. So like what I did was I just did the windrower and just put it in like a big pile. But yes, I did realize that it would make green. Stop. That's my glasses, kinfolk. It would make green hay bales, green grass bales. Okay, like I've seen them cut grass around here. They don't use they don't use 2 different attachments like the tedder and then the windrower. They just use like I'm kind of thinking they just use a windrower or a tedder. I don't know exactly which one it is, but it's a yellow one. It's Vermeer. And they wait for it to dry out. So they might be they might be doing like what I thought, like it's just a lot of work, or they're poor. And I don't know which one it is, but yeah, I got tired of doing that because it suck up a lot of time. Like, you can hire a worker to do your fields, but if you're like me and you make your own fields, that doesn't have any kind of like structure to it, because like when you hire a worker, like an AI worker, like it'll do it for you if you don't mess with the field that's already there. It's like a square or whatever. And like I like to just make my own from what I buy, and like I'll kind of cover it. See, I just covered it in grass, in meadow. Uh, they call it painting, so I painted over it. Um, like I did put some different type of flowers on there to see if I could turn those into hay bales, and it didn't work. They weren't very tall either, because when I paint the meadow over there, it's tall grass like this. So yeah, like I'm about to hop in the shower though. It's a John Deere, kinfolk. You can go inside the tractor and it really feels super realistic, and it feels big, it feels massive, it feels like it's easy to mess up. And then it's only like real easy when you come outside the tractor and you kind of like put the camera back so you know where you're going. See, some folks, they're just different type of folks. Like I got one friend and he's like, "Oh, farming simulator, that's garbage," because he's not interested in machines. See? Because anybody that's interested in machines, farming, agriculture in general, they're gonna like this is a must-have. Yeah, this is a massive, massive windrower. It's huge. It's 17 meters wide. This John Deere, it's massive. It's a large tractor. It's not small. And I started on a field that I bought. I don't know how many acres it is. It looks like it's like 30 acres. It might be about like 20 acres or something. I don't know. It might only be like 10 acres. I don't know. Because an acre is like a football field. 300 yards, it's 900 feet. Right? Something like that. But yeah, I'm about to hop in the shower. About to hop in the shower. So yeah, if you do decide to do this game, you're gonna have to get PS Plus. If they rarely do free on the weekends to play, you're gonna have to buy some PS Plus. Then you can be online, and then you go to the mod store and you download the government subsidy mod. Then once you do that, you put it in your game on your land that you own, and then you speed the time up, and then you'll get a lot of money fast. And then you use your money to buy any tractors or attachments or farmland that you want. Okay? So that's That's just on this one, Farming Simulator 22. I don't know about the new one. The new one's Farming Simulator 25. The last two before this one I bought, they was $40 brand new. This one was $65 brand new. So if you want to just buy one used, you could buy one used. Or wait till one of them's on sale in the PlayStation Store. I highly recommend this one. I kind of want to buy the Farming Simulator 25 on discount. If it was on discount at the store, I would buy it for sure. Because I kind of regretted buying this one full price. See, the last two of them, I wanted the disc version, so I bought the disc version. I'd rather have the hard copy than the digital. But it actually ain't too bad on the gigabytes. This one was more gigabytes. The old ones wasn't too bad on the gigabytes. It wasn't that many gigabytes. This one might be like 40, 50 gigabyte. I'm not sure. But it's only like a 10 gigabyte. It's only a 10 gigabyte update file. Let's see if this reaches. Will this reach right there? I don't think. My battery charger is low. Almost pushed the power button. I don't think this will reach. It's pretty close. I don't want it to pull the suction cup off. What's my percentage on this thing? 53%. I guess I'll take it off charge. I'll let that thing charge while I'm in the shower. It's a huge John Deere. It's massive. Hey. Man, I had a freaking toe sock that didn't match, and I just use these other socks. What, are y'all like waiting on me to move the tractor, or you wanna like? It's like if I just change the screen on me, like. It's a good game. I'm back. I would say it's worth it's worth the money, because I'm like the last 3 of them I paid full price. I kind of I didn't like paying $65 for this one, but $40, like I didn't feel bad for paying $40 for the last 2. Yeah, if my internet would have been fast enough, I could have streamed that. And I platinumed Farming Simulator 17. But I got slow internet. Just call them and tell them give me the best plan y'all got. Give me the fastest internet. Like I talked to this dude, he got fast internet. I can't believe I've talked to somebody that pays $1,000 a month. And I was looking at that Starlink mobile. For some reason, Starlink mobile, yeah, it's like up to like $1,000 to $5,000 a month for some internet. Like what? What is that? Is that like people that travel the world or something? I really don't remember if I stacked hay bales, like on this one. think I stacked hay bales on this one like that. I was just doing logging. That's like my main thing. That's the whole reason why I bought these games. But like I said, the first time I seen a farming simulator was in 2003 in Office Depot. I swear. I was like, farming simulator, what? I was like, was that really 2003? I don't know, it could have been 2001. So this franchise is really old, actually. Like, I don't think they started putting them on PlayStation until 2015. Because that was my first one. Well, that was the first time, like, I had bought one. And before that, I think that was just on PC. Because that's the kind that I saw in Office Depot and Office Max. They actually had some mods. Was that on this one or the last one? I didn't play 19, Farming Simulator 19. But I remember being on one of those maps I downloaded for Farming Simulator 2009 or something. And it was really small. That's what she said. Oh! She thinks my tractor's sexy. Yeah, I ever seen those pictures of like really hot chicks and like in scantily clad like bikini suits or like their underwear or something, like in front of tractors. It's real. Yeah, there ain't a lot of women on this game though. You can choose a woman for your character, I think. But playing online is like really laggy. Like, I got slow internet. I don't know if it's laggy for everybody with good internet. But I can't even be in a game with somebody like without it lagging. It can't just be 100 hay bales, max hay bales, man. Because the max trees that I piled up, and you start getting really laggy and just like 2 frames per second type stuff, like must have been like 1,000 trees. I don't know. All right.
They got the American tractors on this one, yo. This game's from Switzerland. This is Switzerland. Giants is Switzerland. Giant Software is from Switzerland. Y'all want to work for Switzerland? I don't know if I would have to move to Switzerland. Do they have remote work for video games? Or do we gotta move there, you know, like...
When I was younger, I wanted to work in the video game industry, and then I just, I became a logger, and I got fired, and I got a job, and I would quit. And I never did try to go to a 4-year university. If they would have had this course at the community college, I would have chose it. I was looking for something like artsy. I didn't like the drafting and design. When I was younger, I knew about the digital like art pads. I just never bought one. You know, like when I had the money, like they was $600 back in the day, you know. But yeah, like a lot of the video game companies, they're in California. I was playing an old Midway game, and it was like from Chicago, like the Mortal Kombat's. That was actually from Illinois. And yeah, I don't know, man. If they got online class, like online classes these days, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. But it's global now. Like, it's global, you know, like video games always used to come from Japan, but like, so I realized that some of the games I played, like Blast Corp 64 when I was younger, was from Europe, United Kingdom. Because I was an artist. I wasn't like super intelligent. I was just an artist. That's why I say I wanted to work in video games, but I never did. Like, because I knew I was going to be a logger. I was like, when I was like 14, back in like 2003, I was like, yeah, I would love to make a video game, like a logging video game. And they didn't have one. I looked it up. Like, there was a really crappy simulator or something. It sucked. I don't know. I really didn't see one until like 2015. It was a really long time, you know. Back in like 2007, I bought a Midway's Treasures Arcade 2 game, and it had like a bunch of the old video games from Midway, and one of the old games was called Timber, and it was like from 1984, and it was like, it was an arcade, you know? Maybe it was on Atari or something, I don't know, but what I'm saying is nobody really cared to make a lumberjack simulator. I mean, there's one on Xbox called Lumberjack Simulator. I wanted to play that. But yeah, much love to Switzerland. Switzerland really, yeah, that reminds me, like I watched a logging documentary, and a bunch of the tractors, the technology came from Switzerland in the 50s. You know, before that, you know, people would use axes, horses, and oxen, saws, two-man saws. I don't know if anybody ever really got excited about that, unless they were just excited about the trees falling, but that's fucking hard work. And I really respect the old school loggers because it was more dangerous in the old days, and I kind of feel sorry for them, you know, and there's good people out there. Fold windrower. Turn off windrower. Fold windrower. Some loggers gave me like a bad feeling, like how they say, like a bad taste in my mouth or whatever. Like, I don't really like using that expression of speech. It sounds kind of gay or something. Like some of the crazy disrespectful people that I've worked with and worked for, they really made me lose my passion for working in the woods. And I know that it's a failing, degrading industry. I don't know if there's corruption or like middleman problems or something, but people are poor as hell. They work their ass off, and the ones that seem to make the most money are the boss men, the boss ladies, whatever, if there even are any boss ladies in the world of logging. It's a man's world, I guess. Like I said, I've had really good boss men, and I do appreciate that, and I miss it a lot. Like, my last boss man, he was really disrespectful, like, after my mom died, and I just remember that last day at work, like, I really wanted to tell him something, because my coworker was like saying that back in the day, like, he used to cuss him out and stuff. He knew I was pissed, man. He knew I was pissed. He knew something was going on. It's like when everybody had their back turned. Nah, but it was him and Fat Boy. Like, him and Fat Boy. But I know it was like one of the ones that started talking shit was one of the truck drivers. One of the truck drivers started talking shit. I remember him. Like, I remember who it was, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I wish I could have been a better man and just say something. So don't hold it in. Don't hold it in. Just say something, because that's what they want. They want you to say something, because some people are like that. I just, like, I used to think that respect was the only way. And then when I got older into my 30s, I realized that it wasn't. It's not. It don't work. It just stresses you out. It's only stressing you. And so it's better to just let off some steam, you know, like when you get all hot and you get all flustered, and, you know, like on the cartoons, like the steam start coming out their ears. That's when it's time to say something. Like, man, you're an asshole. You know, it's like, where is the baler? I gotta go get the baler, y'all. I could just get out the tractor and reset it. So you get out the tractor, you look on the map. So yeah, like, it don't matter what kind of industry you work in. If you got a boss man that's like pissing you off, you don't have to stay there. But if you stay there, like, let off the steam. Like, let them know. Like, don't just be a pushover or whatever. Like, they want the attention, you know? It's weird. It's really weird. So, but it, like, at the same time, like, it's okay to switch jobs. You know, switch jobs is, there's a lot of people that do that. There's a lot of people that don't stay at the same job. And like I said, like, when I research that stuff on the internet, it seems like I hear negative stuff, like the young people don't want to work. So I kind of feel like I should represent it a little bit, you know? Let's see. Reset. Why won't it reset it? There it goes. Reset. Yeah, so it's just like how I did that tractor, you know, you go on the map, you look at it, you press one or two of these, you zoom in R2, you press R3, and you reset it back to the shop. You go back to the shop, then you get in your tractor and you get in, like, you get the hell baler. Like, that's how you reset stuff. Like, playing this game online, there will be some players that come in your lobby and they just tear everything up. Like, they just take it off and dump it in the water or whatever. You can ban them, you can kick them out of your game, and you can reset your stuff. But if it's a load full of stuff and it gets dumped off into the river, you're not going to be able to get it. There is a way to sell it, I think, because I know there's a way to sell the wood after it's on the ground, just to get rid of it. Platinum expansion. See, that's what I wanted on this game, the platinum expansion. Sometimes I see it on sale and I want to buy it, but like paying $60 for this game and then buying it like a DLC, like if it's $20 even, it seems a bit much. It seems too much. So when they have that stuff on sale, jump on it. The joy of Baling. Yeah. But yeah, like, I don't know if I should just put it back right here. I'm about to hit them hay bales up. Maybe I should go work for somebody, do some hay bales. Some farming. I don't have to be a logger. I ain't doing shit no ways. Motherfucking country coon ass motherfuckers. That's all it fucking is, man. I'm trying to tell you. Is it going? I think it's going. Oh yeah. About to dump something out. It's gonna wrap it. It's wrapping it. Is it gonna dump it or I gotta dump it? Unload round bale. Turn on automatic drop. Alright, it dropped it. Keep going. Oh. Did it not get that part? Yeah, I don't know why it does that, but I usually have to back up. I remember doing that. Just to get that last little bit. So, I don't know sometimes whether I should tell my story or just leave it out. I think some people would appreciate my story, and others just came for the video game or whatever. Like, I don't care. But I do like hearing other people's story because it helps me feel better about my own life. That's why folks talk to each other. When they start talking to each other, like I've done that a lot. I don't like being negative. I don't like being too negative. I really do not like it. So if I'm talking to a negative person, I gotta change the subject. But it's really easy to fall to where they are and be like saying negative stuff, you know? Because it's contagious. Negativity is contagious. So it's like maybe you could just say, you know, can you be a little bit more positive? Or unless you just kind of entertain them because they want to hear negativity. That's just the way they are. But then you notice that they'll be positive about other things that you didn't expect them to be positive about. And it's like, they're weird. They're weird to you. They probably think you're weird. Basically, everybody thinks everybody else is weird. Yo, what up, Forrester? Making them hay bales, man. I done missed my spot. It might be hard to get into it at first, but once you get into it, you feel better about doing something. Like once I started cutting this grass, like once I got the field almost done, like I felt I felt kind of high, like high on life. Like it released some dopamine in my brain. It made me feel good, y'all. It made me feel good. This stuff made me feel good. This game right here, it made me feel good, man. Oh, it's wrapping. You can't even see it. I only seen one guy on here. He's from Germany, and he does that double window, like top and bottom, from the front and back, like live stream. And I subscribe to him. But he only, like, he says German only. Like, he only speaks German. And I've only seen one other, like, I don't be scrolling through all the live streams like that, but it might work. I have seen one other logger. They was logging and they was on a processor. Because I have thought about it, like if I go to work, I could live stream at work if I have signal. And that does kind of make me excited a little bit, because normally I'm not excited for it at all. And then I get to feeling insecure, like AI is gonna steal our jobs, you know? Like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of truck drivers that feel like that. And it is kind of worrisome. But I'm kind of like, fuck it, you know, we ain't gonna live that long anyways. I mean, in like 15, 20 years, you're gonna be old too. So, I mean, it's like, do what you want to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, enjoy your life. Enjoy it. And if somebody don't like you enjoying your life, they're part of the problem. But you can't let them be a problem. You gotta just do what you do. Do what makes you happy. Don't let them be like in your way. Don't let them get in your way. Some people are just blessed with better family. And I know they are. Some people, they don't have good family and they're all messed up in the head. And I hate that. But I know it's true. Some people hate their job. So part of me didn't want to talk about my job. But I stopped loving my job. It's really about the people. It's more about the people than it is the job. If you don't love your job, maybe the people suck. Okay? You could be doing an awesome job like right here with these hay bales. And you could hate it at the same time just because the people that you're working with. That's what I'm saying. So if it's somebody hiring disrespectful people, they just don't care. But some of those workers, some of those CEOs and bossmen, they're gonna hire the robot. They're gonna hire the robot so they don't have to hear your mouth. They don't have to hear their mouth. You see? They don't have to deal with somebody's emotions. Because people flip out and then they go to work and they flip out. Like, I've seen that happen. It's on YouTube. There's people flipping out at work on YouTube. And then people die. And then they die. You know? That's why I don't bully people. That's why I don't bully people at work. That's why I don't bully people online. Even if they're negative. Now, if they say fuck you, I'll say fuck you back. But I'm not gonna just be like, oh, you're a piece of shit, or whatever, type stuff like that. And then people saying that stuff, they don't know. They don't understand life. They don't understand people. They don't care about the wrong person getting hurt. So if you actually care about people, you won't be like that. Yo, this game got some good music on it too. Like that's a good way that I tune out. Like I wind down. Like I tune out with music. You can drown them out with music. Share your music interests with others. You don't just have to talk. Like if somebody's being all disrespectful and stuff like that, like you don't have to carry that on. Like you can also say stop. You know, stop, drop, and lock it. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, whoa, got my hay baler rolling. Farming simulator all day, baby. I ain't trying to talk to another man about farming simulator. Give me a good looking woman up in here and be like, damn girl, look at my tractor. Look at them tires. Look at that drive shaft. You see that drive shaft up in there? Turning like that? It's a big old drive shaft. It's a big drive shaft, ain't it? She's like, shut up. Perverted ass. No, you're perverted. You know you perverted. Fuck. I missed the spot. Oh shit. Oh well. Gotta back up before it finishes rapping. Pottinger. go ahead and skip the time, so it'll be daytime. Go on down here. Pottinger Impress 185 VC Pro. John Deere 410 8R. This map is beautiful. I didn't really spend a lot of time on this map. I was always on the other one. Hickory Creek or something like that. Like Elm Creek. It's a tree. That's the one I spent the most time on. There's maps that are mods. I had a few of those downloaded before my PlayStation 4 got corrupted. I don't remember which maps exactly what the name of them was, but I remember what they looked like. There was maps that had a lot of trees. That's the ones I downloaded. But it's like every time I downloaded a map, none of them was as beautiful as the ones that come with the game. Alright, now it's more daytime. I'm gonna stop the time. Get back in the tractor. It's morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm gonna make some more hay bales. Hard leaving my wife at home. But she enjoys the free time. Right? Yeah. Hey, crank it up, man. Turn that thing back on, man. Turn that thing back on. You get back to work. You let your woman enjoy her free time, man. Don't be up on your woman's ass calling her at lunchtime. Be like, what are you doing? What have you been doing? No. You let your woman have her space and you fucking work your ass off, whatever, in that tractor. Your woman want to drive the tractor sometimes, you let her drive it. Don't be hogging all the good stuff for yourself. Share some to your woman. Is it wrapping it or not? One time I brought my girlfriend to work. I didn't bring her to work, but I showed her what it looked like. And then she was running her mouth to one of her friends. And then her friends kind of said something disrespectful about it, like, you're obsessed. Then one day, years pass, right? Years pass. Her friend remembered that I had that kind of job. She realized one of her cousins had the same kind of a job. Then she went to talking about me to her cousin. told her cousin that I was gay or something. And then her cousin came to work and then told everybody I was gay. Like, you fucking fat motherfucker. That's what I should have told him. You tell Lacey she can kiss my fucking ass. That's what I should have told him. But I didn't say nothing. I held it all in. It's not good to hold it all in. And you know what? I actually had a woman. Oh, I just got a trophy. I actually had a woman that I was getting married to. And I fucking got married. And then I quit my job. And I regret it. I regret it. I regret it. I didn't have to quit my job. My boss man told me to come back on Monday. I never came back on Monday. And I regretted it. I could have called him 10 times and got my job back. But you know what gets in the way of life? Your fucking pride. Your pride gets in the way. You don't like the way people made you feel, and then you don't want to go back there. That's what gets in the way. It ain't people, it's you. You get in your own way. You gotta get out of your own way to be happy in life sometimes. And that's why people get stuck. People get stuck because they can't get out of their own way. You heard me? Mama, you think I'm sexy? You think I'm sexy, Mama? Look at my tractor, Mama. Look at my tractor. Buy me something like that, yo. Let me get something used. Let me buy something used. Help a poor brother out. Help a poor man out. Big government. Big daddy. Let me get a grant. Let me get a grant. Let me get a government grant. I'll buy some equipment. I can do it. I know where to buy it at. I just ain't tried to get a government grant and buy some equipment. You know, it's like I try to express myself to some folks and then they're like, oh, that stuff costs too much money. They don't understand how the government helps people start a business. I didn't really understand it until I started looking into it. Because I just thought I could save up some money and then try to find something used, you know? That was my thinking. Then I realized the government actually helps people. That's what's so wild about it. But I guess it depends what kind of president is in power, or the laws that the politicians pass in your state, or how well the economy is doing. But don't be scared. Be scared to try it because you might not want to because you think you're going to work the hell out of yourself. I keep seeing it over and over again. People quit. They start a business, then they quit 5 years later. People don't like working forever, man. This shit hard work, dude. Like a business don't just stay alive all by itself. And that's really what it is. They start feeling like they ain't got no life. They want a fucking vacation. That keep the businesses going, they don't have a life. They might take a vacation 1-2 times a year. So it's like, just get you a good woman, just get you a good man, just keep a good relationship and be a family person. Make some babies, take care of your kids, go to college. They're gonna go to college, save up money for them to go to college, whatever. It's a lot easier when it's like that. Because if you go home, you ain't got nobody to make love to, that shit drive a man nuts. Probably the same thing for women. Damn, I swear I got over 100 hay bales going right now. My family embarrassed the hell out of me. That's what it is, yo. My family embarrassed the hell out of me, yo. Even some of my ex-girlfriends. To think, I put up with all that mess going to school. I graduated high school. That was 12 years of bullshit. I'd have been better off going to work right when I turned 16. But no, I wanted to fuck around and get some pussy. That's all I wanted when I was younger. I didn't want to work. And then loving the wrong women messed my head up. And I stopped wanting pussy. Then I ain't got no job. I became depressed. My mama died. I became disappointed in myself. No job, no dignity. The only thing that would help me feel better was weed. And when the weed ran out, I was happy when it became legal again, and then they took it away from us already. That made me kind of sad. It wasn't even the good weed at the store. It was contaminated. But I was smoking it. It still helped me feel better as long as I didn't smoke too much of it because it was contaminated. They was poisoning us. The government weed was poisoning us. They was poisoning us on purpose because they wanted us to go for the medical weed. The medical weed ain't contaminated. They want us to go to the doctor. I'm from the South. The South corrupt as fuck. Once you realize it, you can't unrealize it. That's what got me wanting to move. I don't like living in the South anymore. I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna grow old here. That's why people become different. They get to where you can't tell them nothing. Because they don't have to put up with so much bullshit their whole life. Your opinion don't mean shit. That's some grumpy old men. Nobody will understand until they've been through hell and back. These young folks on the internet, these young folks on YouTube, they don't understand a goddamn thing about life. They judge people and they don't know what they've been through. I think that's about it. I got some left over down there. Man, I got hay bales everywhere. I don't know, y'all. I might can make 1,000 hay bales or something. It ain't lagging at all. But back on the old game, when it was too many hay bales, the game would tell you it's too many hay bales. With the trees, it don't ever tell me when it's too many trees. It just start lagging or something. Actually, I think it might tell me something with the trees. I don't remember. It's been so long. I missed a few spots. My OCD kicking in. When it comes to work, I'm sort of a perfectionist and I'm very meticulous, and it's really not good to be that way, because when folks ain't doing it like how you do it, they start getting on your nerves and then you become all grumpy and shit. It's kind of like that in real life when you live with somebody too. Trying to like understand everybody and what they're going through or why they do what they do. It's really better just not to even care. I mean, that's like asking somebody how they wipe their ass, you know? Like, I don't give a crap about how you wipe your butt. Like, do you wash your hands after you take a number 2? Because if you don't, that's fucking gross. And then he's all like, nah, well, since we're being honest, you know, I sniff my fingers sometimes. And then you're like, oh, hell no, never mind. Thing at? Oh, it's at the shop. So you go here, you press options button, you just go to your attachments or your tractor, you see it on the map, you click on it, and it might take a couple times trying to get it right. Yeah, it's that one. Press the reset. Once you see the reset pop up, press reset triangle, and then it'll bring it back to the shop. Once it's back at the shop, you hook it up again. You get in it. This is an automatic hay baler. I've tried the pitchforks. Tried the one where you pick up 3 hay bales at the same time. It's got hydraulics on it. Put it on the front of the tractor. I've tried that one. It's cool and everything, and it feels really good, but it's so damn slow. So I'm just in the mood for stacking hay bales. I just want to stack them. And and after you stack them, you get to play with them, you know? Like, I've put them in a barn before. I could just put a barn up on this land right here and put it up in there. But when you stack a bunch of hay bales in a barn, it gets all glitchy. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a barn over here. And I'm gonna put a barn right here. And then I'm gonna stack the hay bales in there. There's some cows over here that come with the farm. Oh, there's a spot right there for the silage. So you could just put the grass in a loading wagon and drop it in there, and then when that gets full, you can cover it, and it'll turn brown. There's some cows right there. See, because there ain't a lot of room right here for a barn. I kind of want to put them, like I could level this out, but that would take forever. Like it would take a long time to level that out. I kind of just want to put it right here. So you go to construction. Sheds. I mean, I could try to level it out, but damn, it's so difficult leveling something out in this game. Trying to level all this right here. Jeez, that would be hard. Landscaping, sculpting. It's so weird. It's like between raise and lower and leveling, it's just weird how they put this together. See, it just started going down. But to get it to come up, it might be it's going up. A little bit at a time. Oh, then the tree's in the way, man. How long it takes to try to raise that to make it level. There is a way to make it level, and that's how you do it. like it don't want to level it out, and like it don't want to completely cover the trees. So it's like I would have been better off cutting those trees. See, I don't even feel like doing it anymore now. Construction, sheds. They got really big ones that are mods. Those are really cool. Whoa, that's a really big one. Let's see, let me get out of the way. Maybe I should just put it in this field. Instead of being over there. Tractor and a small baler. Like, that's what's fun about it right there, actually. So I could, like, where I was at, like, I could put a barn right there just to play with it. That's what she said. Oh! Alright, put that right there, and then let's see, how big is that? It might not fit in there. It overlaps with another object. It's just grass. It's because I got cut grass right there. It won't let me place it. I guess so. I'll tell you what, man. I got a poor man's barn over there. And for now, I could just stack all these things right by that barn. And then later on, like, I go get me a little tractor and a little bale fork and just play with it, you know? I can stack them on the outside of that barn right there. It's crazy, I know, but like, just play with it, you know? Like, it's the game. It's a game, like just play with it. You ain't gotta take it so seriously. Alright, so unload bales. Is it unloading it? Or is it having a hard time because it's on unlevel ground? Too heavy or something? Hold up. What if I try another way? What if I go like this way? Is that better? Unload, and why ain't it unloading it? Is it too heavy? The hydraulics ain't strong enough? Let me go try it on really flat level concrete. Let me try it like right here. Up in my farm. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, sometimes this thing kind of glitches, and what you do is you unhook it, and then you come back and you hook it again. What the heck? I think it's glitched. Because it won't let me put that thing back up. It won't let me put the bell picker upper thingy back up. That's glitched. That's a glitch. Maybe it needs repairs. I don't know. Something's going on with this thing right here. You see this barn right here? It's really small. Damage 11%. What's the damage on this thing? It don't say. Oh. Fermented 11%. It don't say damage. Oh, fuck. I'm unloading the bales right there. Oh, it unloads them like that. I swear, this is the first time I use this thing. I thought it was going to stack them all the way on top like the other one. Damn, kinfolk, I'm right by the road. By the road, man. I got all these hay bales right here, man. Little ass barn. You think that? the cat took a dump. It smells like cat shit in here. and then about 74 hay bales. Yes, those 74 hay bales, they would fit in this barn. See, what I could do is, well, I got an electric tractor right there, the one that come with the game on this map. Here's a little tractor right there. It doesn't have a front attachment on it. But if it had a front attachment on it, I'd like to use something like that. This one has a front attachment on it. Does this one have a front attachment? It's electric, yo. When I first saw this thing, I didn't like it. Let me look at the tractors and just to make sure. Small tractors. That's it. The first one is this electric tractor. Yeah, don't let me, I guess it doesn't have a front attachment. Front loader. There's so many little tractors on here. They're cool to play with. There's a little Massey Ferguson. Does it have front loader attachment? Yes. So that's about the smallest one that I see without downloading a mod. That's American. Yeah. They got little mods that are like John Deere mods, but the smallest John Deere they have on here is this one. It's a little baby. Alright, I'm gonna try this Massey Ferguson. Where's the it won't let me press in R3 to see which attachments will go on it. It just said quickie. Quick front loader. Where's the front loader? There's one. Quick. Okay, I don't get it. Is it the little one? Color, change the color. Red, dark red. Beige. Bell spike, bell handler, round bell fork, bell king. That's for square bells. Round bell fork, bell king. See, I got them wrapped up. They already fermented though. So it's like you don't want to move it until it's fermented with spikes. But this right here, it would work. Do them one at a time like that. It's kind of hard, man. It's kind of hard doing this. Wrapped bell handler, bell spike. Wrapped bell handler. All right, I'll try it. about the same size as that Lynn track. This thing's really small. Could probably do some work. The battery on it is huge. Like all that in the middle right there, that's the battery. Oh man, this barn too small. This barn too small for that, yeah. Heck no, man. You be trying to fit stuff in here. There's too many pillars in the way. The barn door is too small. There's too many pillars in the way. It's crazy. door's in the way. different way to stack them. You can stack them flat. I see that. It's like you don't realize you can do something until something happens on accident. And you're like, oh, look at that. That's why people like YouTube live streams so much, because they be watching stuff coming up on stuff on accident randomly, and they're like, wow, huh, yeah, monkey see, monkey do, huh, yeah. I tell you what though, I don't know if there's a lot of people on here with different languages, if it's a bunch of kids or what, but either I creep people out with my voice, they don't like my voice, they don't speak English, or they're just a bunch of dudes. And it's like, they'll just watch something when nobody's talking, but when somebody's talking, they don't want to listen to them because it drains their energy. Ever notice that? Let's take a little break, look back, and see the beautiful work we've done. It's like a lot of people on here they don't just relax. That's why I like this game so much. It helps you relax. Like, I kept thinking about this negative person on here that was like asking me weird questions, and I don't appreciate it. And then I was kind of thinking what I could have told him, and I could have been like, man, you know, this and that. You know, I could have said some stuff to him. But I felt like he was just another weirdo, you know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of weirdos out there. And it's like, they're not the same as you, but you can't let them get to you. Like, it's this crazy guy always live streaming. He gives people that he don't need to give attention too much attention. The trolls, the negative folks, every one of them, every single comment. And like, I done told him, I'm like, man, don't give the trolls, like, don't mind the trolls. And he's like, I'm not, blah, 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 blah. And he go back to doing that stuff. And it don't make no sense. Half of them are little kids. That's why when YouTube put that age verification stuff, like, I like that. That's good. Because y'all motherfucking annoying with that bullshit. Old people and young people. That's what I don't like about YouTube live streaming. It's like that stuff gets in people's head, and then they can't get it out of their head. That's all they talk about. They have to bring it up every day. It's like you turn on the TV, the news, and you just hear that bad stuff every day, and then you end up thinking like that. I do not like that. It's like this. See, before I ever got on YouTube and tried to be a YouTuber, there's this crazy woman I used to talk to. She was always talking about negative stuff. She's one of those crazy people. And her mama fucked her up in the head. The reason why she is the way she is because her mama gave her a bad childhood. And like, I told her one day, I'm like, you keep on talking about that stuff. It's not good. It gets in people's head. that negativity, that bullshit. I don't even have to explain it to you. And it's like, it's contagious, it's triggers for other people, and it's better not to even mention it. Got tired of talking to her. I blocked her. She might miss me and everything, but I do not miss all that name calling and talking all that negative stuff. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, some people think that it's cool, but it ain't cool. It's not cool to a lot of cool people. Cool people, real cool people, do not like hearing negativity. We don't want to hear all the negative stuff about the world and what people go through. I just tell my story. There might be negative stuff on my story, but I don't be telling other folks negative drama. You know what I'm saying? It's like, leave them crazy folks alone. Leave them alone. But it's like, people on the internet, they try to find their own kind. And so there's like bubbles everywhere on the internet. And they think that it's normal, but it ain't normal. It's not normal. It's not normal because everybody becomes their own little type of weirdo. They're like these fans that are pushing y'all to the extreme, that are making they're influencing you to become a better you, but really all you're doing is becoming a weirder you. You know, like, people have always said, just be yourself. That's the best advice. You don't have to keep doing the same thing every day. That's what I like about this game. You can change what you're doing anytime you want. You're your own boss. You don't have to satisfy anybody else's needs. You finally have the opportunity to be your own boss, to do what you want to do. And it feels great. You don't have to deal with the coworkers' BS. Bull crap. Like, if it's a coworker always asking for a cigarette. You got a cigarette on you? Like, dude, I'm sorry for asking y'all for cigarettes. I eventually started buying my own. I mean, if you tell me I need to buy my own cigarettes, I'll buy my own pack of cigarettes. But there's some people out there that's like, you got a cigarette on you? Like, I only do that shit to my daddy. Like, yo, daddy, let me get a cigarette. But there's people out here in real life that's always trying to bomb off of somebody. I only had one coworker I used to do that with sometimes. I used to ask him for a cigarette. But every time he asked me to do something for him, I'd do it. Kong Skill GXF 3605P. Kong Skill GXT 13,005P. Yeah, that might be Swedish. If I was to guess, that would be Swedish. You know, where the Volvos come from. Alright, so I did about 21 hay bales. I put them in that barn right there. This one's only 13% fermented. I was about to skip the time and cut some more, but I'm done. I think I'm done for the night. You don't want to work yourself too hard. And you don't want to waste your time on all these crazy people. Including your family.
Bye.